everybody, and welcome back. I'm PT McBee.
And I'm youngsnipe.
And we are TNC Creations.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to get going here today, guys. We got a lot of crafting to do. We got a little bit of gardening set up. We're going to start to automate some of our foods. We're not getting into the machine age quite yet, but we're getting close.
Yep.
Alright, so why don't you show us what we got going on here, Young?
Okay, so this is a Pam's Harvest Craft cutting board that will help us with making different types of food and stuff.
Right, this looks to me like what you're working on here is a sandwich assembly line, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
This is a pressure plate made from 2 stone. You shove it under a piece of stone and you get nothing.
Maybe it's a shaped craft. Maybe you have to put it in the center. There you go.
There's the juicer. That'll make our apples and stuff into juice. And then a stick in an iron ingot makes us a saucepan.
A saucepan. So that preps us for actually getting some of this. We've got fruits and we've got nuts. We've got lots of wheat growing out there.
Cactus.
By the way, guys, I said I had it figured out how to put this fertilized dirt underneath of the other crops, and I cannot get it to work underneath of the Pam's Harvest Quest crops. So we are going to find another way that we can speed all that up.
Yes, we are. Which consists of this craft right here. In this place you'll find a tin gear, which is 4 tin and an iron ingot. And you put the tin gear in the middle of some glass and iron, and it gives you a basic machine frame. Put the bucket back up there so I remember the craft. In here, copper round iron, copper gears, then glass, redstone, and iron makes us a pneumatic servo, which is our other part to our craft. And there we have an Aqueous Accumulator.
An Aqueous Accumulator. And what does that do, Young?
It pulls water from surrounding water places.
So it sucks up water.
Yes.
It's like a water vacuum.
It's like a water vacuum.
Why don't you throw me that Aqueous Accumulator? I think we need more than one of those, and we're going to take good advantage of our duplication trees here.
Then to go right along with it, in the top we still have our matter transporter, but in the bottom we have iron bars, redstone torch, iron, and it makes us a sprinkler. Why don't you tell us about that?
A sprinkler from Open Blocks, is it? I think.
I believe so.
Will
yes,
actually speed up the growth of the plants that it waters. So it kind of works just kind of like a watering can does in ways, and it'll speed up the growth of all of this. We figured out we need 1 for each square block here, so we're going to need 4 of those, and I do believe that those are going to dupe under our dupe tree too, Young.
Hopefully. And then, to help with creating the sandwiches automatically, which PT will set up, you need a piston, which is cobblestone, iron, and redstone, and wood across the top. Makes a piston. Underneath of stone, iron, and block redstone makes a machine inventory manager. Then to go along with it, gold makes a weighted pressure plate. Then you put it in there with some glass, iron, redstone, and it makes inventory cable.
That inventory cable is what gives us the ability to interact with the machines around it. So I have gotten two dupes out of this Aqueous Accumulator, Guys, looking at the thermal expansion machines here, we have a new Augmentation Tab. The Augmentation Tab comes with upgrades for the augmentation. Gives you redstone control, the pneumatic servo, integrated servo mechanism, and the modular framework, which gives us the ability to adjust what the sides do, whether or not the sides are input, output, etc. So now looking at this, when we duplicate these chips, these augmentation chips do not dupe. So we are going to need to get a few more pneumatic servos made and some tin nuggets, because we need these things to output their own water. Otherwise we'll just have them filling up with water and nothing else is going to happen. So we have the Aqueous Accumulator. We want to put that kind of in the center of our garden. These things are 8 long, so that, let's see, I'm not counting very well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's alright. Here's where it's going. This is filling up with water. Redstone signal is disabled. Doesn't matter what our configurable sides are. We drop a sprinkler on there facing the direction you are there, Young, and that thing should start pumping out water. Check that out.
Woohoo!
There we go. We are watering the garden. Now these are going to need some pneumatic servos, as I said. This will do a 4x4, well, it'll do a 4-block radius around it.
I think the sprinkler actually has an interface.
The sprinkler does have an interface actually, and we can put bone meal into that sprinkler's interface if we wanted to. I don't think that's something we're probably going to need to do, because we have a couple more things we're going to do in order to get this sped right up, namely the Reliquaries mod, and we're going to change these lily pads into lily pad of fertilities.
Woohoo!
We should end up with a lightning fast system here, because these are taking forever to grow.
So are the sprinklers.
The sprinklers are taking a while to duplicate, are they?
Yep.
Well, that's okay. What did you do with that factory manager? Maybe we'll try setting that up.
That factory manager, I have no idea how to use either of those things.
Alright, so what we do is we have our inventory cable. Our inventory cable is kind of the way we communicate with devices here. So I'm just going to lay this out roughly. I have not kind of counted my blocks or anything. That's why we made more cable than I thought we might need. The inventory cable basically sits on the ground. I'll put one more here. Then we put a machine inventory manager, and this machine inventory manager has this wild interface. If you've never seen it before, it can be almost scary, but it works as kind of a transport pipe of sorts, I guess we could say. So if I take and I put a chest on here, I put another chest here, and we'll put another chest here, I can actually access these through an input or an output. So if I go into my inventories here, I see all 3 chests that I have set up, plus my furnace. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of these. I want to set up Steve's factory manager just to do a few things automatically for me. I want it to automatically select the sides for inputs and output conditions. I want to enlarge the interface so that I can see the thing on my screen. And I think that's all I should need to do for now. So what we do is if we grab and throw some coal into this chest, I can go to set a trigger. This starts an event. I'm going to make an input. What do I want to input? Well, I'm going to input from that chest. I am going to input some coal. So I'm just going to left click on this question mark and I'm going to say coal. Now how much coal? I can right click on it and actually specify an amount, but I really shouldn't need to. I'm going to output it now, and guess where we're going to output this, guys? We are going to output this to the furnace. So if I take and I connect these just by dragging my left mouse button, we should be able to, if I've done this correctly, find coal in the furnace. But it looks like it's put it into the top of the furnace. So we're going to go to our inventories. We're going to set the target. Right now it's set to up. We're going to deactivate that. We're going to set it to down and activate it. So now we have coal going just into the bottom of the furnace. It comes out of this chest, goes into the furnace. Now, if we get some wheat and we throw it into our first chest there, we're going to be able to just put all of our foods that we harvest. We should be able to put them straight into that chest. We're going to make something that gets a little more complex. We're actually going to make a crafter. So we're going to input from our last chest. That's the furthest one away. This is kind of set up. The further items are away from the controller itself. So I'm going to need an output because we're going to output that right back actually to the same chest again. Now I'm going to make an auto crafter. This thing, guys, is very easy early game auto crafting because it just takes no power. If I take wheat and I put it in the crafting grid, you can see that right away it gives me flour. So I am going to take this crafting, I'm going to say where my excess inventory goes. This for some reason seems to matter, guys, your excess inventories, just in case you craft something that doesn't have enough, it has extra items or something like that. You'll see when we start crafting the jams and things like that. Inventories here. Why am I getting an exclamation mark? No inventory selected. I have an inventory selected. Why is it telling me I don't? Oh, items. I want wheat. Here. Now I have it. So tell me, do we have flour in there now?
We have 8 wheat right now.
We have 8 wheat. We should have 8 flour. So we're going to input our inventories. We're coming from... Oh, I'm selecting the wrong chest. Look at that. See, that one's 5 blocks away. Now, I bet you it just stuck it in the chest beside me.
It did.
So take that wheat, that flour, go shove it back in there.
In which one?
In that first chest. Because we're just going to have the wheat broke right down into flour right off the bat there. We're going to take a trigger. We're going to set that up. What we want to do is we want to take that wheat, that flour, okay, from the chest that we just put the flour back into. We're going to take flour. And that was, what kind of flour did we get? We got wheat flour, yes. So we're going to take the wheat flour. We're going to input it into the system. We're going to output it to the furnace. And where do we need to go into a furnace? A furnace goes into the top of the furnace. So we're going to make sure that we have our target set into the top, and we are set top. So we're going to take that, we're going to take that. We should now have flour. Our furnace should actually be running.
It is.
It is. All right. So then we're going to make another trigger, another input. We're going to take this one from the furnace. We're going to take this one out of the bottom of the furnace now, because that's where we want to come out of. We're going to take our items, and this is going to be bread. We're going to take bread out of there. So now I want to do something with that bread. I'm going to put it right back into that same chest. Hopefully you guys are able to follow this along here. We're going to whitelist, and we're going to take and put bread in here. And if I connect this, it should empty our furnace.
It did.
It did, and it should all be in that first chest.
Yes.
Look at that. So we have just quickly and easily automated. We can come along here. We can just pick what we've got for wheat. We can go along. Oh, I made a toy here, guys. I'll show you how to use it here in a minute, how to make it. But now I'm stealing all of Young's items. So we can take the wheat, put it in here. It automatically gets crafted and put straight into the furnace. It doesn't even come back here. So, that being done, Young, can you do me a favor? You crafted a bunch of things for our Pam's Harvest Quest.
Yes,
Can
I
you
did.
throw our cutting board, our saucepan and stuff right into that first chest for me?
Okay.
So I'm going to take a couple of blueberries. I'm going to take some sugar cane. The sugar cane's going to make us sugar. So we're going to have to set up a couple more auto crafts here. We're going to try to do this as quickly as we can because what we don't want is this taking up too much of our camera time. Trigger. We're going to need an input. So we're going to input from where? We're going to input from that first chest. What are we going to input? We're going to input sugarcane. And then we're going to craft with it. We will put that into crafting sugar right there like that. Excessive inventories, put it back into the same chest. Now I should have sugar being crafted into actual sugar. I don't. Why? What did I do wrong? I didn't output it. It's still in the system. The system doesn't know where it is. So we're going to output it to the inventory right there. This, check that chest. Do we now have sugar in there?
We have sugar and no more sugar cane.
And no more sugar cane. Now this starts to become a little messy in here, guys. You can clean this up. We can make categories, but I'll do that a little bit off camera. Now, what berries did I put in there?
Blueberries.
Blueberries. So we're going to take, we need, how do I make blueberry jam? Let's make a couple of inputs here. I'm going to take a look and look up blueberry jam. I could have looked up any jam and I probably spelled blueberry wrong. I got 2 R's. Alright, so blueberry jelly from Pam's Harvest Quest takes a saucepan, takes a juicer, takes sugar, and it takes the blueberries. So I need to input the juicer. I need to input the sugar. I need to input the saucepan. Alright, this is a big set here. And we can do this. We're just going to duplicate this basically for all of our other items. You've got the juicer is in there. Okay, so we're going to go juicer. We're going to input the juicer. We're going to input the saucepan. Is that what I said we needed?
Yes.
Okay, saucepan. Okay, we're going to input our sugar. Well, then we are going to input our blueberries. Yes, that's what we're making. We're making blueberry jelly. Blueberry. And that is Pam's right there. So that gives us all of our items inside of Steve's Factory Manager ready to go. I'm just going to join these up. Why do I have a warning? No inventory selected. Nice thing about this is it will tell you what your problem is. I've got a lot of problems. I hope it doesn't tell me them all. Autocrafter. Let me just take this. I'm going to actually put this up where I can see it here. Crafting. This is a saucepan.
Yep.
Then we want the sugar. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then I need the blueberries. Do I have the right ones? I do. And now we want the juicer, right?
Yes.
Alright, so juicer. Now we're going to take and put our excess inventory, so that's going to be the juicer and the saucepan are going to go right back into that chest just to make sure that it's all good. That's our excess. Now we need to make an output. This output, I think, what we'll do with this output, just so we have some excess space, is we're going to put it in the chest that's beside the furnace. What are we going to put in there? We're going to put in there blueberry jelly. Oh, I spelled blueberry wrong again. Now we can cycle through these, find the graphic you're certain of is right. So here we go. And join. We should now have some blueberry jelly being crafted.
Yeah, the blueberries are going down and the jelly is going up.
And the jelly is going up. So that's good, that's good. We have one more step to this, and that's the peanut butter, guys. But you know what? I can do that off camera. I think you guys have got a pretty good idea of how we're going to do this now. It should be fairly straightforward. We have the blueberries to make, and then we have to auto-craft the actual sandwiches themselves.
We might also do the rest of these berries off camera.
We will definitely be doing the rest of those berries off camera. We're also going to take and set up the other aqueous accumulators so that the gardens are being watered. And we don't want to bore you guys with too much of that stuff. Now, if I have a crafting grid open here, I wanted to make a little gift for Young because these are very nice to have. This is a south end of a magnet. As we all know, magnets have a north and south. We are going to make a couple of cores here. These are radiant cores. I take a radiant core with a north and a south, and I get one of those. I take two of those, and we now have a magnet. We take these, you sneak and right click, and it will activate or deactivate it. Guys, this thing is really, really handy. It will even suck up experience orbs from quite a long ways away.
Cool.
So now when we're kind of working in the caves and things like that, we'll be able to stretch from wherever we want to be.
Okay. And one last craft for the day, which we might do a little bit of next episode, is iron ingots in a charged Certus quartz.
A meteorite compass.
Yes.
What's that going to do for us, Young?
That is going to help us get our ME system, aka Applied Energistics system.
Oh, that is music to my ears.
It points out the nearest meteorite.
It points out the nearest meteorite, and for any of you who have not worked too much with the new AE2, guys, this is a lot of work in comparison to what it used to be. We have a lot of different steps and a lot of setting up to do this. But it's a lot of fun, and of course, that AE system is really worth it.
Yes, it is. If you don't know what it is a giant chest, basically, that you can make upgrades for, and yeah.
But before we can actually even use something like that, we need a lot of power, and I know that Young is going to go and get us, you're going to go get me a couple spawners so I can make power, aren't you?
Probably at the same time you use this.
Oh, I get to go do safe exploration. Well, he's going to go through the jungle. That's great. I don't have a pickaxe. Yes, I do. I made a diamond one, guys.
Oh, I gotta turn off my magnet. Wow!
Excellent, excellent. That meteor guide compass, if you look at my screen right here, it'll actually show me, if I go this direction, there is a meteorite somewhere. Now, I'm not going to follow it too far. It's nighttime and I'm not very well dressed. Although it's sure tempting to get that going, I'm out of here, guys. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Young.
Okay. And we will do that in a following episode. You will go searching at nighttime in the danger. I will go searching in there.
You're telling me I have to do this at nighttime? Did you guys see that apple fly right across my screen?
Well, nighttime, daytime. Nighttime turns into daytime.
Do you know what? I have an idea how I can make that quite safe for myself, so you don't worry about it. We did do a little bit of organization of our chests, so some of our stuff in the house is going to be a little easier to work with until we get our AE system set up, which is always good. We have organized our foods, got everything kind of set out that way. We've organized cobblestone and then regular earthly materials. We've got all of our kind of crafting stuff up at the top, and then everything else is just a mess. And I think you talked about what this stuff is up here, yes, Young?
No, I don't think I did.
Well, Young was taking a look. He was going out and looking for a few things for the building of our new house, and he came across some of this stuff just hanging out in the water. It isn't something we farmed. It is stuff that we just found on our travels while looking for sand, actually.
It is the loot from a boss monster.
Yes, so we didn't want to add that in with our other chests until we kind of let you know what it is. Off camera here, guys, I do have some cobalt and some ardite that I'm going to smelt down just so that we can get that ready to start doing some Tinker's Construct. We won't do any of that crafting without you, but we might get some ingots and ores going just so we're prepared. There seems to be so much that we need to do. So, that being said, I'm PT McBee.
And I'm youngsnipe.
And we're out of here. See you guys.
Bye, guys.